It is 89 degrees and it is blazing hot right now. So what I ended up doing right now before we get started with today's vlog is I ended up getting a little Monster for a little kick-me-up. If you guys don't believe me, this is actually the current temperature right now that we're having in California. And it is a blazing 88 degrees. I know it doesn't sound a lot, like, you know, it's not that hot, but the fact that there's no clouds in the sky right now and the sun is just hitting us directly, it's kind of making me break a little bit of a sweat. Getting with today's vlog, if you guys haven't noticed the quality difference right now in the videos that I'm posting, basically what ended up happening was I decided to say goodbye to my older camera because there was a little bit of complicated issues that it was having, and the issue that it was having was the dial that changes the different types of options that you have to take photos or even record video was just acting up, and then there came to a point where the camera just stopped responding. So that was the reason why I couldn't post any more videos, and I really didn't want to give away what was going on because I really just wanted to surprise you guys with the new camera. And anyways, just I'm gonna do a quick comparison of how much of a difference my older camera was to the new camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and move to a secluded area where there's no cars, where there's no noise, so you guys can clearly hear me and, you know, there's no interruptions. That way you guys will understand like the differences that I have from my older camera to the newer camera. So let's go ahead and get going, and then we'll catch up in a bit. Alright guys, so as you can already tell, the comparison between these two is pretty much night and day. And obviously, you know, this is the A58 right here, which has been the best camera that I've ever had as far as like a beginner's camera, because of the fact that I originally had the intention of just utilizing it for photos and not video recording. But that's the reason why I went with this one, just because it just takes immaculate pictures. I mean, I know, granted, that there's probably better cameras out there, and there is, but for a beginner, I mean, this is actually the best way to go, at least in my opinion, just because I was told in the past by a few of my friends that had owned the same camera or still currently own this camera. So the reason why I had decided to choose to go with the A5000 though is because, again, I like the quality that Sony produces. And no, I'm not being paid or endorsed to promote Sony's products, but just because of the fact that Sony has always had a great displacement and platforms for any other products that they release. And this is a little bit of an older camera, but I bought it used, still in the package. It was just open and, you know, inspected, of course, by the previous owner, but everything that was originally comes in the box was included. And so the difference between these two is that this contains a mirror that basically lets you see in the optical viewfinder. So if you guys can see that right here, so there's a little sensor that lets you see. So if it basically has that mirror, when anytime you take a picture, it brings the light in through there. So that's the only difference is that it has, whereas this one doesn't even have it. It's just basically like a point and shoot type of camera, but it still produces an amazing quality. Just, you know, has the same options as the A58 does, and probably a little bit better, but the pixel wise they're both the same quality. But I feel like the Sony A5000 still stands out more than the A58. So I mean, that's not really a huge difference as far as pixels, but I mean, I feel like the A5000 still produces better quality than the A58, but I feel like the A58 will produce still a great quality with photos regardless. So but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the only huge differences between these two cameras, obviously. And then of course at the weight, if you guys see them from side to side, I'm gonna turn them around real quick. So obviously you guys can tell which one's bigger and which one's smaller. This is actually your standard 16 to 50 millimeter lens, whereas this one is just your 18 to 55 millimeter lens. So obviously you guys can see that the huge difference, even for lenses, is you know, incomparable. But yeah, that's pretty much the differences. I'm gonna go ahead and resume the quality with the A5000, so that way you guys can see my face and explain what I love about it and what I don't like about it. But I am pretty much happy with the fact that I got this camera, just because it's beyond amazing with already the qualities that it has. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the camera, and then yeah, so stay tuned, guys. Okay, there we go. Here we are. Okay, so there you guys have it. There is the comparison between both cameras. Obviously the A5000 wins the better camera quality, obviously the better option for vlogging purposes, just because it is a smaller camera compared to the A58. Not only that, but the A58 is actually older than the A5000. I know that Sony doesn't make these anymore as well, but if you guys do some research, you guys can find a decently priced A5000 for, I would say, between $330 to $400 used and still in good condition. Like for this one that I bought off of Amazon, I actually got it for less than $400, and everything was still intact. Everything was still in the package, like sealed. The only thing that they had opened, I think, was when they opened the bag where the camera was in, just to make sure nothing was defective, nothing was wrong with it, but everything that was inside the box that originally comes in the box was in there. So I mean, you just got to do some research, and of course verify that everything that you guys are looking for in a camera is suited for your needs. Obviously that the A5000 is definitely a better camera recommended for vlogging purposes. I know some of you guys have asked me a couple of questions in the past, like, what camera do you think I should get? What camera do you think I should use? So that's pretty much it. But the other thing too is the reason why I'm thinking about selling the reason why I'm thinking about selling my A58 is because in the last couple of days, if you guys have been following my Instagram, I've actually been posting some pictures of my recent trip to the Japanese Friendship Garden here in San Diego. Those pictures were actually taken with the A5000. What? I mean, just looking at the quality from the A5000 that it just produced, I was surprised. And that's kind of my thing, is like, I really don't want to get rid of my other camera, but if this camera is able to produce the same quality as my A58, it definitely might part ways with it. But in the long run, it'll benefit me, just to have one camera that is intended for the purposes that I want. Because what's the point of having another camera if it's just gonna sit there and collect dust? I would actually want her to go to someone that, I would definitely want her to go to someone that wants to start photography, because that's a great camera to start off for beginners, especially if you're going to be majoring in photography, like as a hobby, or just on your time off, or just as a side business or something. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end today's vlog here just because it is super hot, and I'm actually running a little bit out of breath just because I've been sitting out here in the sun, and it doesn't feel too bad. It's really hot, and I'm gonna go finish my monster. So those of you who like today's video, please feel free to give it a fat thumbs up, and those of you who would like to keep watching more of my content, even if it's your first time watching this video, please feel free to subscribe. I'm always posting random videos, and it's not always about my car. So I mean, it never disappoints to get a subscription from you guys. I really greatly appreciate it from every single one of you. I'm running out of breath, sorry. But anyways, guys, I really appreciate all the love and support, and I know I've been off for a little bit, but this is the reason why, and I'm actually happy to be back and be able to post a lot better content with a better camera. But anyways, guys, I'm signing off. Thank you again for watching today's video. I'll see you guys next time.